I was born in April of 1979. Coincidentally, the same year Ronald Reagan announced he was running for president and disco died. Later that same year, a sharp R&B artist turned businesswoman named Sylvia Robinson would change the world forever by releasing the first hip-hop single to reach radio, Rapper's Delight. Though hip-hop as a culture had been bubbling through the streets in New York for a couple years, and the pioneers of the music like Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash considered the Sugar Hill Gang to be a fraud, everyone agrees that Rapper's Delight was the beginning of the hip-hop industry. I guess in a sense you could say hip-hop and I grew up together. See, my mother and father were both from New York, and that's where I'd spend the first couple years of my life. I had 3 younger sisters, my father was dead, and their father was a heroin addict. Right as hip-hop was spreading across the country, my mother moved us to the South, to Nashville, where I grew up. My mother being single and raising 4 kids, we lived in a lot of small houses on the wrong side of the tracks. And just as hip-hop spread across the country, so did crack. Selling drugs and stealing cars is how I'd spent most of my teenage years. And rappers seemed to be the only people talking about shit I could relate to. Drugs, crime, and wanting to get their family out of a situation they were in and using music to do it. In 1995, I was 16. I walked into a studio, told the engineer that ran the place I wanted to record a demo. He looked up from the board. I guess he could tell from my clothes what kind of music I was into. He kind of half smirked, laughed, looked me right in my eyes. I said, white boys can't rap. White boys can't rap.
People felt like, well, you know, it's just a movie about white rappers, but, you know, we got Bun B in this movie, we got Pistol, we got Shannon Sanders, we got a lot of people from the black community and from the black music scene saying the same shit that we're saying.
Oh my God, it's the crazy white boys.
Right about now, y'all finna feel this. Let's show. You know you don't hold up, don't you? Leave me some blood that your mama won't you? You ain't got no heart, boy. Knew it from the start, boy. Now we about to pull them out and let us fall, boy. You about to pump. It don't make sense when no one's around. I fight the fence, I fight the house, I fight the bucket. Nobody ever loved me, man. We was loving the cook and homemade class. I was hustling to keep cash, rocking up in glass. Baby John, drop fast, shoot dice, play cards, leave it on the star.
Oh my God, it's some crazy white boys. Oh my God, they took out with the big toe. Oh my God, they finna make some noise.
We had people from all these labels at this showcase. It blew them the fuck away. They couldn't believe there was a group of white kids that really embraced hip-hop and had songs that were big songs.
That shit was bumping. They had songs just constantly. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at like, damn, I had a piece of it or something. I see, you know what I'm saying? I see it like some shit that it making it, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying? You got a white rapper do this thing, but you never seen a group of them just putting it, just coming at you like that. Like NWA. The white NWA.
We did this showcase and everything seemed like it was gonna go good. Just like everything was too good to be true. Shit fell apart.
Though all the labels at the showcase seemed to really dig our music, it seemed as though they were confused as how they would market us, and the labels were all looking for the gimmick. See, the thing is, there was no gimmick. We were just a bunch of lower class ass white boys that wrote songs about lower class shit.
Y'all don't see the management, y'all don't see the labels, y'all don't see y'all think we bullshit. If it was up to us, this shit'd be triple platinum and banging in Japan. But it's like, it ain't us.
Because it didn't fit the blueprint. They didn't put out the budget for Stax Records because it wasn't, you know, it went against the grain. It was called Car from the White Boys. off the rip and went against the grain. If you go against the grain and if you don't fit the blueprint, you don't get a push.
But Lexx is the motherfucking mouthpiece. Lexx is the one, you know, a lot of the promotion, a lot of the knowledge of CWE come through that.
This shit was not handed to us at all, dude. I went out and pounded the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? Like shamelessly throughout my city, all the surrounding areas. Like, dog, I put it down. Like, you see me in the street. Ask anybody. You see me. I got flyers in my hand. I got a backpack full of mix CDs. I got VIP passes for sale to every fucking event.
Stack received 3.5 mics for The Natural, and Jeremy seemed to really be supportive of what we were doing. He got Stack some write-ups in the Sorce, and it vowed to help us out with whatever we needed. Jeremy and I talked for about an hour and a half, and I was really intrigued with what he was telling me. See, he was explaining to me the new direction of the Sorce.
He knew I was a big believer in the independent route, so he said I'd be interested to know that the Sorce was about to attack the machine. The machine being the corporations that blackball independent artists. The first wave of attacks was aimed at Eminem.
I'ma finish what we started.
Okay, so maybe the whole attack on the corporate machine shit would have flown. If after they attacked Eminem, they would have attacked other major rappers that perpetuate and feed the machine. But instead, in their next issue, March 2003, they attacked 2 other white rappers named Haystack and Bubba Sparks for no other reason but the fact that they were white. Seeing that that's the only thing that the 3 have in common. They called them failed infiltrators, culture thieves. Ladies and gentlemen, the machine is real. But where the Sorce's mission got blurred was when they only targeted white rappers.
With the Sorce magazine, you know, like a lot of people tell you the Sorce was like their Bible growing up, and it really was. It was for me. It was not like I just went and got a bunch of white people's fucking views on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just go to white sources like, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like I went and got both sides of the fucking coin and went and asked black people and white people, what do you think this shit's about? Just left it there. What do you think this really about? Everybody said the same thing. These motherfuckers was trying to sell magazines. But don't pretend that you're trying to save rap music and then not save rap music and not try to save rap music. They're not trying to save shit. And Zeno's music is not talking about revolutionary shit. And he acts like his whole argument is that Eminem being so big forces him to have to rap about rims and champagne. Motherfucker, if you wanted to rap about revolutionary shit, you'd be rapping about it. If you wanted to save hip hop, you do it. Because you got the #1 fucking music magazine in the country, in the world. Bigger than Spin, bigger than Rolling Stone, bigger than any other fucking magazine, any other music magazine. Their voice was the final word on what was in hip hop. You want to know why Ja Rule got 4 mics and Talib Kweli got 3? Do you want to know why the shit that's on the radio that you didn't like the first time you heard it, but now you seem to fucking not be able to stop singing it? Do you want to know why that's going on? Well, it's because they bought a bunch of fucking ads, and therefore they got a bunch of fucking spin. If you want to know that shit, then I'm going to tell you. And if you get it, and you do something, and you start to support independent music, then I would make an impact. If people don't, then I didn't. I think people, just like in the 70s and the 60s, people wanted to know the truth about what was going on. People want to know the truth. I believe that those people that made that movie and spent that time on making that movie, they got the cease and desist put on it by the Sorce, wanted to tell this story that I'm telling. And I believe in it so much that I'm willing to get sued. I'm willing to not make a fucking dime off this movie, and I know they're gonna fucking sue me, and I'm not even questioning it. And people think I'm nuts right now because I put so much time and so much money and so much elbow grease. I'm doing it because I know people want to know the truth. This is fucking social engineering. We've been trained to think this shit, and that's what this movement and that's what this fucking revolution is about. Question. Like, question the authority. Question what you've been trained to believe. Question what you read in the media. Question fucking record reviews. Question whether that review in that magazine was a real review and that writer really was shit, or question whether he was paid to fucking say that shit.
Hey, what you think this movie? I was gonna ask you what you think this movie do for hip hop, but I think what you think this movie do for the movement?
I started out with a vision that became an idea. That idea later turned into a film. I don't consider myself a journalist. I never planned on this movie being so focused about the scandal behind the Sorce. Through this process, I've gotten a much better understanding of what I must do. Not just for white rappers or poor white kids, but what I must do for all the people that had the wool pulled over their eyes by the corporations that program our thinking from an early age through the media. That blackball independent artists that have messages that could change the world. simply for their lack of a major budget. I will not be able to share with you in this movie the full extent of my goal and mission, because my mission is an ongoing, growing mission. It's a movement. And before this movie ever hit shelves, I've had conversations with hundreds of people of many different races who have pledged to help me mobilize and seek the truth about the system. Together we will continue our mission in this movement. You must understand, this mission in this movement is not a white, black, or brown mission. It's a mission and movement about truth, respect, change, revolution, and independence. The only reason people fail is because they stop believing.